Good morning, Year 6. I hope that you're safe and well and that you enjoyed your learning yesterday. I hope that you enjoyed finding fractions of amounts and that you were able to use the strategy that I showed you, as well as looking at bar models. And in your English as well, putting those abstract nouns and those places together and making those fantastic sentences and using some alliteration in that as well. And how did you get on looking at your achievements and your goals? Did you think about all of the fantastic achievements that you've had during your time at St. Joseph's and outside, and what your goals are for the future? I hope you really enjoyed all of that. So today is Wednesday. So what have I got in store for you today? We've got a wonderful day today. So first of all, Wednesday word. I'd like you to click on the link and watch the gospel from today and have a reflection as well on the gospel. And then we have got our maths. So today we are finding fractions of amounts again, but looking at whole numbers, okay? So looking at the whole, all right? So as always, I want to show you a little bit of an example of how to do this, because it is quite tricky, so I need you to listen really carefully. When you click on the White Rose Hub, watch that video carefully because it's a really great explanation. And then if you could have a go at the questions on the first sheet, and if you want to, try the challenge, see how you get on. But I'm going just to talk to you through a little example because there's two strategies that we can use to find these fractions of amounts using the whole. Now, there's the looking at a bar model, okay, which is the way that they show us on the video, but there's also another little way that I want to show you like I do. Okay, so here we have our fractions of amount. And the question that you are going to have, okay, is something along the lines of this, all right? So 2/5 of something equals 100. All right, so that's the sort of question that you are going to be asked in today's lesson. So I have first of all done a bar model to show you how to work it out, all right? So when we have got a bar model, we are going to, I'm doing my fingers in the wrong place, so please excuse me, but we are going to break our bar model into 5 because it says 2/5. Okay, so we're breaking our bar model into fifths, and we know that 2/5 of that bar model is 100. All right, so if you're following me so far, so look at my bar model, okay, and you can see that I've broken it into fifths, and 2/5 of that is 100. So now what I'm doing is I'm looking at a fifth. So if 2/5 is 100, I know that 1/5 is going to be 50. And I know that each part of that bar model is going to be 50. So as you can see, I've labelled it 50, 50, 50, 50. And I've got 5 lots of 50. So if I times 50 by 5, or if I add 55 times, I will get my answer. I know that some of you are already shouting out the answer to me. Yes, it is 250. If we add up 55 times, it comes to 250. So 2/5 of 250 equals 100. I hope you were able to follow that. Now, there is a different way that we can do it. I'm going to put it to a side because I think I'll be hidden behind the paper. So you could also do it this way, okay? You could say, look at the same question, 2/5 of something equals 100. And another strategy that we can use, now you just got to learn this strategy, okay? And it's really quite simple. Though sometimes the numbers do get quite large, but I'll show you another example of that in a minute. So you would say, you times the denominator by the 100. So you'd say 5 times 100, which is 500. Then you'd divide 500 by 2. So we're doing the inverse of the fraction, really. Oh, 100 times 5 is 500. And then you'd say 500 divided by 2, divided by that numerator, is 250. And we get the same answer doing it that way. I hope that makes sense, okay? So you could do it either way to help you. Shall I show you another example? Because like I said, it is quite tricky. And then you can decide what you need to do. Now, some people have said to me that they find when I'm doing the morning video, they pause it after my explanation when they're doing maths so that they can follow what I've said. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. So let's have a look at another question. All right, so you might have one like this, okay? 5/8 of something equals 75 pounds. Now, we've got to remember this answer is going to have pounds in it. So 5/8 of something equals 75. So what do we do first? Can you think back to what I just did? So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to get a bar model, okay, and we are looking at eighths. So we are going to divide that bar model into eighths, okay? And I know, so I've broken it into eighths, and I know that 75 pounds, yeah, is equal to 5/8. So 5/8 equals 75 pounds. So what I'm going to do is find out what each of those are, okay? So if 5/8 is 75 pounds, I'm going to divide that by 5 and I get the answer 15, okay? So each one of those sections is 15. So now what I've got to find is what would the whole be. So each one of those sections is 15. So we count up 15 8 times. So we could say 15 plus 15 plus 15. It's going to take a bit of time, isn't it? So why don't we just go quicker and do a multiplication? 15 times 8. And you can see here I've done 15 times 8 using the formal method. I could do it mentally, but I just want to make sure that I don't make a mistake. So I am going to work it out. I'm going to write down my workings, and I would like you to also. And we have got 15 times 8, which equals 120. So the whole would be 120. 5/8 of 120 equals 75 pounds. Okay, now let's have a look at the other way that we could work this out, okay? So here, I'm going to go to the side again. We have got, so we're thinking about what we did for the last time. I said you'd say the denominator times 75, so 8 times 75. So yet again, I'm going to work that out on the sheet of paper, all right? 75 times 8 using the formal method, which is 600, okay? So 8 times 75 is 600, okay? 8 times 75. And then what do we have to do? We've got to divide by the 5. Again, I am going to use, I could do it mentally, but I don't want a mistake. So I am going to use bus stop division. So 600 divided by 5 is 120. So whichever strategy you want to use, you can. It doesn't matter because we get the same answer for both of them. You might prefer to visualise it and use the bar model and draw those bar models out, because if you draw out each stage and break it up, it's much easier to follow. Or you might think, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do the denominator times by the answer, all right, and then divide it by the numerator. It's however you prefer to do it, whichever way is absolutely perfect. So, yes, it's best of luck with that, and I can't wait to hear how you get on. So, now we are going to do our English, all right? So yesterday we put those, we looked at abstract nouns, didn't we? We put those abstract nouns, we made those combinations with the places, and also we looked at abstract nouns with alliteration with the places as well. So fantastic work, oh my gosh. I can already start hearing and seeing great sentences being produced, and oh my gosh, it's wonderful. I can almost see a story being produced or a poem being produced. All right, so really well done with all of that. Now, today what you're going to do is you're going to have a bit of fun. So yesterday you wrote all of your ideas, hopefully in a list. You've got a list of all of your ideas. So what I want you to do now, okay, is I want you to do activity 5, okay? And it's called judging your ideas. So you are going to judge your ideas and you are going to decide which you prefer. So you're going to then look at all of your ideas and put them in a list of best to worst. Well, worst, less that you prefer, okay? But the one that you really prefer first and then going down like that, okay? So I'd like you to do that first of all. And then I'd like you to do activity 6, which, let's turn over the page, is on page 8. And you're going to be a teacher for a minute. So you are going to then have a look at your ideas as well and be really, which ones do you really like and why? Which have got the most impact about them? Okay, so have a little think about that. And I would like you to have a go at that as well, all right? So you can, for activity 5, okay, write all of the best ones that you think, okay? And then pretend to be a teacher and make a list of which you prefer and why, all right? Brilliant. And then for activity 7, this is what I really like. So you've chosen places and you've looked at themes, okay? So in the first lesson, didn't we? We put them into categories. So we're really starting to think about that now, looking at the categories, okay? And we're focusing on creating a very simple list poem. So you're going to choose a theme, and the example in the book, okay, is space, all right? And those abstract nouns and those places that you've put together, so all of those places that are in space, you're just going to write a list of them. So let me read just a little bit about this one from space. The planet of doom, the star of freedom, the black hole of light, the moon of isolation, the galaxy of hope, the universe of infinity, the sun of nightmares, the solar system of confusion. Wowee. So I want you to do something just like that. So choose your category, all right? And then I'd like you to list all of your ideas on that category. So whether it's space, whether it's living, where people live, you can decide and you can write your poem in there, all right? So it's just a list poem, okay, of all of your ideas. So I really hope that you enjoy doing that. I'm very excited to see what you produce. Right, so that is our morning lessons. Brilliant. And what are we doing this afternoon? So this afternoon, if you can get active and do some PE, have a look at the links or anything that you want to do. Go out and play in the snow if there's any snow still left. So get out, get active or be active in your house. Look at the links that I've put on the home learning site. Okay. And then we have got humanities. So we're carrying on with the Maya civilization. Okay. And this week we're looking at gods and religion. So if you could have a read through the PowerPoint on gods and religion, and then I've got some wonderful activities for you. So on slide 17, using the information on the PowerPoint, I want you to produce a Maya gods fact file. So you can draw a picture of the Maya god, and I want you to pull out the key information about the god, all right? And then On slide 16, it also asks you if you want to create your own Maya God. All right, so there's an activity where there's a selection of the gods where you label and you put facts about them, okay, and then you can create your own Maya God and put some facts about them as well. I think that you'll really enjoy that because you're so creative and have got such wonderful ideas. It'll be really exciting to see what you produce. So that is Wednesday's learning. I hope you really enjoy it, Year 6, and like I say, always just do exactly what you can. Yeah, and I am super proud of everything that you are doing, and have a really fab day, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.